So the first time I heard about ESF was when I was a junior in high school. I grew up outside the Albany area, and so I had taken classes about wildlife science and ecology, and so ESF was kind of on my radar. And I remember traveling out with my mom to do one of the campus tours. I'm glad that I've been able to come back, and now I'm really excited to be able to contribute to that amazing science that goes on here. I got here in an idyllic 2019, right before COVID happened, and so I had one semester to kind of get myself acclimated towards Syracuse, and then the world shut down. So I actually had, I almost feel like I had two first days at ESF. I had my sort of proper first day, and then I had us coming back out of the pandemic. And in both those first days, the things that really struck me about ESF was the kindness and the sense of community. It was funny, I almost got no work done because so many people stopped by to say hello and welcome me in, and I had like 8 cups of coffee that day. I mean, everybody was just excited to welcome me into the fold and to recruit me into the community, and you know, that's a great feeling. I've had the really good fortune of teaching a lot of different classes here. I teach 2 of the 3 required classes for our conservation biology major, and so I do see, in general, students their entire junior year. In the fall, I teach Introduction to Conservation Biology, and in the spring, I co-teach with L.A. Gurari a class on population ecology and management. We start off very early on in the semester kind of thinking about what is conservation, what are the kind of tools that we have in our toolkit. And then in the spring, we carried that conversation into a little bit more of a quantitative realm where students learn the program R, which is a statistical analytical program that's free and is ubiquitous in our world. They get a chance to kind of learn those valuable skills for moving on. You know, my own work really straddles this line between human and natural science, and we spend a lot of time looking at how healthy fish populations help humans and how healthy human populations can support biodiversity and vice versa. And so what that means is that my work often has people from anthropology helping out. It has people who are development experts coming in. I've partnered with linguists. We've done some work in Puerto Rico, in Vieques, where we're working with a microbiologist, and we've worked with chemists. And so really kind of spanning the gamut, looking at these big questions about how is the health of biodiversity, health of the environment influencing the cultures that are so dependent upon it, and vice versa, thinking about those sort of reciprocal relationships. I mean, I'm just blessed to have so many talented graduate students who chose to come here and work with me. I feel like ostensibly I'm their advisor, but man, I feel like I learned so much from them, and it's just such a great graduate community where they're helping each other out. You know, at the end of the day, for me, when I think about teaching, it's sitting in a room with smart people talking about interesting things. And like, what a privilege it is to have that be my job description. Students don't come to ESF idly, right? They are motivated by a certain sense of environmental responsibility or environmental activism, real passion for the earth. They're always doing the reading, they're always coming into office hours and talking about questions. And I love that they're thinking about their role not just as a person taking 12 to 15 credit hours a semester, but they're thinking about how can I take this information and make my world a better place with it. It's communion, you know, we're working together to solve problems. And I have more information than they do because I'm the teacher, but I don't know more than them. And so I love that they're able to share their lived experiences, their spin on it. And it's so hard having a bad day when you get to teach, because I may be physically tired from the performance aspect of teaching, but I come back and I'm just jazzed. You know, they're so intellectually engaging that, you know, whatever's going on in my life, and if I'm in a bad mood or something, like, those kids will get me out of it real quick. There's that trust between us that they'll be able to share things about why this matters to them in a way that, you know, I didn't necessarily know going in. And, you know, that means we can create a story together that is so much greater than what I had on my PowerPoint presentation coming in.